I titled today's presentation, A Legacy of People First. And I'm here to celebrate what you have done to live people first. I'm going to hopefully challenge you a little bit to even do more of it. And I want to put it all in a broader social context today. Most of us started off 2020 thinking it was going to be a little different than it turned out. We all had plans. As the eloquent Mike Tyson once said, everybody has a plan until you get punched in the mouth, right? At which point in time you have to figure out what you're going to do. And many people got punched in the mouth from a business perspective, and they just went to the mat. They were done. There was no ability to recover from that punch. Others have barely struggled to hold on through the round. They're trying to get through the first round of this thing, and they're going to be on pretty wobbly legs when it comes to round two and probably won't finish the fight. And then there are the Oakwood Homes of the world who have lived a compassionate, focused first round of this and are positioned to continue forward, not to just win this fight, but to continue to win the battle on behalf of affordable housing. So congratulations to you to date. I say that and I want you to take a breath and to celebrate for a moment, because truly this is such a grueling fight that if you don't take a moment and if you don't take some time to get that breath and take it in fully throughout your body, then this is going to be very difficult to move forward. You know, we've seen a lot of people who do too much. They work so hard. They think it's a sprint. They're so worried that they're not going to have value and that they're going to be furloughed. And because of that, you see folks who just literally burn out all of their adaptive energy in the face of this fight. And it is a nasty opponent. You think about this submicroscopic particle, 1/1000th the width of a human hair, and it is rendering people's lives at loss. It's rendering people in the hospital. It's taxing our health system. It is burdening business. And I had really early on in this process reached out to colleagues of mine, people I've worked with over the years, and said, how are you leading through this? How are you managing through this? How are you positioning yourself to thrive on the other side of this whenever we get to whatever we can call the other side of this? And I had such an incredible response. About 140 people said yes to the conversation I engaged about this. And they really are remarkable people. They are Kevin Clayton, for example, CEO of Clayton Homes. They're also the CEO of Target, Brian Cornell, the CEO of Kohl's, Michelle Gass, the CEO of Verizon, Hans Vestberg, just a variety of amazing, amazing people. And I asked each of them to kind of give me their insights on what is the secret formula that's going to keep a brand alive into the future. And the answer is pretty much a validation of who you are and what you're about. You're going to hear a lot today about empathic listening. You're going to hear a lot today about compassionate behavior. And you're also going to hear a lot about seeing it in a global sense, making sure you see that empathy, that compassion, that people-first mindset applicable to fellow associates, to your trade partners, to your customers, and to community members as well. You know, I have been on a journey long before the pandemic, helping brands try to differentiate themselves from their competitors. And most of the brands I work with do that differentiation, not just on product or service, but on the experience they wrap around their product and services. They are in the relationship business. I worked with Howard Schultz at Starbucks for a number of years, and he always said, we're not in the coffee business. You know, we are in the people business serving coffee. We are in the people business, and we need to make deposits in the reservoir of trust for people so that when there are withdrawals and difficult times, people know us for our hearts. And we need to think about how do we deliver that compassion across all important contact points with everyone we serve. I've had the good fortune of working with other brands very much on that same journey, whether it's Zappos or the Ritz-Carlton Hotel Company, all of whom have focused on not just what they build and create and deliver to market, but who they are in the way they go about bringing that to market. So we're going to validate this people-first mindset that is Oakwood Homes. And I've used the word brand quite a bit. We're going to challenge the notion that brand is some kind of a big corporate entity. You are a brand At the individual level, you are a brand. And every brand is ultimately defined by how people talk about them when they're not around. So what people say about Oakwood Homes in social and in conversations virtually now, that is what Oakwood Homes is. It isn't necessarily whatever you put on your logo, it's what people experience in interaction with you. And the same is true for you as an individual. You want to know what your brand is? Eavesdrop on people after you leave the room. That's exactly what your brand is.